Crohn's disease, molecule NOD2.
Josh has always been a healthy person. He is very active in sports and school and loves to hang out with friends. Josh felt pretty normal all through elementary school and middle school, but when he got to high school, Josh began to experience something he'd never felt before. Josh had the following symptoms: abdominal pain, fever, bowel obstruction, diarrhea, and passage of blood and stool. They would become worse at times, and then they would get better, but eventually they would come back. Josh soon began to miss school because he was so sick. Finally, his mom took him to the doctor with his symptoms. They looked at his medical history and took a blood test. Also, an endoscopy, which is used to examine the digestive tract, was performed on Josh. The doctor came to a conclusion. At 17 years of age, Josh was diagnosed with Crohn's disease. Crohn's disease is a chronic inflammatory condition of the gastrointestinal tract and may affect any part from the mouth to the anus. It is most often found in a section of the small intestine called the ileum, but can be found anywhere in your GI tract. Although the cause is unknown, it is most likely caused by an abnormal response of the immune system. Food or bacteria in the intestines, or even the lining of the bowels, may cause uncontrolled inflammation associated with Crohn's disease.
The NOD2 gene provides instructions for making a protein that plays an important role in immune system function. It recognizes certain bacteria and stimulates the immune system to respond properly. The NOD2 protein is active in some types of immune system cells, which helps the body fight against foreign invaders such as viruses and bacteria. When triggered by a certain bacteria, NOD2 turns on a protein complex called nuclear kappa B. This controls immune responses and inflammatory reactions. NOD2 is located on chromosome 16. It is known to bind with MAVS in response to ssRNA or viral RNA treatments. This is the process of normal NOD2. The NOD2 protein senses and responds to the bacterial wall peptides, which helps fight against viruses and bacteria. This is the process of mutant NOD2, which dysfunction leads to Crohn's inflammation by inducing changes in the gut microbe that influence immune effector or regulatory function. This leads to inflammation that affects innate immune responses.
The light blue C-terminus contains a leucine-rich repeat domain that plays a role in protein-protein interactions. The red N-terminal contains two caspase recruitment domains, which play a role in NF-κB activation pathways. The green central domain is involved in protein self-oligomerization. The dark blue is a helical linker. The red and blue represent mutations on the NOD2 molecule. Unfortunately, there is no cure for Crohn's disease, but there are medications and steroids such as immunosuppressants and anti-inflammatory medications that are used to slow the progression of the disease. If these drugs are not effective, surgery could be required. Josh is now graduated from high school but still battles his Crohn's disease. Though his symptoms come and go because of the medications, Josh has still a bright future and plans to one day find a cure for Crohn's disease.